everyone and welcome back to a brand new Meals of the Week video. I hope you are all doing really well. To start off this week, I wanted a meal that was quick and easy to make. I didn't need lots of ingredients for, so it was cheap. So I've gone for a jacket potato with some mature grated cheese, and I'm going to have this with a side salad. So I'm going to start by popping the potatoes into my air fryer, and then once they're cooked I will top them with a little bit of butter, some mature grated cheddar and also a side salad. I have actually just fried some mushrooms because I thought this would be really nice on top of the cheese, so I'm going to have some grated cheese and mushrooms on top of my jacket potato. So there is tonight's meal: jacket potato topped with grated cheese, mushrooms and then a side salad. For tonight's meal I am making some crispy peri peri chicken bites, and I'm going to serve this with some homemade chips, some corn on the cob and a side salad. So for this I've got some diced chicken breast. Then I'm going to coat the diced chicken breast in this peri peri rub which I have in here. I'm also going to crush up one Weetabix and also put in some extra virgin olive oil. So I'm going to pop all this into the bowl and cover all the chicken. I will then pop that into the air fryer to cook. I'm then going to serve this with the corn on the cob, a side salad, and then I have some new potatoes which I am going to slice up and put in the air fryer to make some homemade chips. So I'm going to start making the chicken bites. So in here I have the peri peri rub and a Weetabix all crumbled up. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of the diced chicken. This has got some olive oil on, and I'm literally going to cover it in the mix and then pop it onto some greaseproof paper ready to go into the air fryer. So the chicken is now all covered in the peri peri and the Weetabix, so I'm going to pop this into my air fryer now. And I'm going to put this on the chicken setting, which is 182 degrees on my air fryer to cook. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to these. These will go in for 20 minutes, and while they are cooking I'm going to start making the homemade chips. So I've sliced up the new potatoes. I'm going to pop these into the air fryer with a drizzling of olive oil. So my homemade chips are nearly done. They just need a little bit longer to make sure they are nice and soft. So I've now added in the corn on the cob, and I'm going to put this back in for the remainder of the time, and then everything will be ready to serve. So that's tonight's crispy peri peri chicken bites with a side salad, homemade chips and a corn on the cob. For tonight's meal I am making a prawn stir fry. Now I love a stir fry because there's so many different things you can do it with. You can have it just vegetables, you can do it with fish, you can do it with chicken, you can do it with beef. So yeah, lots of different ways you can do it, different sauces. But for tonight I am doing a prawn stir fry. So all of this is from Aldi. I have some prawns, some egg noodles, some oriental stir fry vegetables, and then I've gone for katsu stir fry sauce. So I'm going to start by putting this all into the pan to cook through. I'm also going to serve the stir fry with some garlic bread. So I've got this sliced garlic bread from Aldi, and I'm just going to pop this into the air fryer to cook through. So in the pan I put the stir fry vegetables with a little bit of oil. I'm going to soften these. Once these are softened I'm going to add in the noodles and the sauce. Now my son Leo, who is 7, doesn't like prawn, so I'm not going to mix them in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slightly warm these through once it's all cooked and just add on to the top of mine. But obviously if you are all eating the prawns or the fish or chicken or whatever meat you decide to pop in it, then you can just mix these in when you add in the noodles and the sauce. So now the vegetables are softened, I've added in the noodles and the sauce. So I'm going to give this a nice big stir now, and then just let it cook through on a low heat to let all the flavours soak into the noodles and the vegetables. The garlic bread has now finished also in the air fryer, so yeah, nearly ready to serve. So I've just dished out the stir fry, and now I'm just literally warming through the prawns to go on top of mine, because like I said, my son is not a fan of prawns. So literally as soon as these are warmed through, I'm going to add these on top. So that is tonight's meal, prawn stir fry with katsu sauce. For tonight's meal, I am making Mediterranean style pork loin steaks with some homemade chips and a side salad. If you watched my video last week, you would know that I had this same meal then, and I have 2 of the pork loins left. So I'm going to cook these in the air fryer tonight. These are really tasty. And then I'm going to chop up these baby potatoes and also put in the air fryer to make some homemade chips, and then the salad. So this is all cooked, so I literally put it all in the one tray in the air fryer. So I've got the pork steaks, and then for the homemade chips I literally sliced up the baby potatoes and put a spray of olive oil on top, and these literally taste delicious in the air fryer. I'm going to dish this out now with a side salad of tomato, cucumber, lettuce and red onion. So that's tonight's meal. Mediterranean pork loin steak, homemade chips, both done in the air fryer, and a side salad. For tonight's meal, I am making a tikka masala curry. So for this, I have some chicken breast and some onion boiling away in the saucepan. And then for the sauce, I'm going to use this tikka masala spice paste, which you need to mix with some light coconut milk and also some fresh garlic and tomato. So in this hand blender here, I have 2 fresh cloves of garlic and some fresh tomatoes. So once the chicken is all cooked through, I'm going to drain that out and mix in the tomatoes, the garlic, the tikka masala paste and the coconut milk. I'm then going to serve this with some brown rice, which I'm going to pop in a saucepan to boil in a second, and some mango chutney. So I've just drained off the chicken and onion. I'm now going to put in the whole can of the coconut milk, a tablespoon of the tikka masala spice paste, and then all of the garlic and tomatoes that I have in here. So I've got all of the ingredients in here now. I have actually put 2 tablespoons of the tikka masala paste in it just to give it a bit more flavour. I don't think the 1 tablespoon on its own was strong enough, but obviously that is all down to personal taste. So I'm going to give this a good stir now, and then let this simmer to let all the flavours and spices come together. So there is a nice meal. Tikka masala curry and brown rice.